Marriage, an institution that's long moved past the concept of just love. Today, it's about events, fashion, luxury. But what happens when we add celebrities to the mix? Hello, and welcome to a fresh episode of Economically Speaking. I'm Prachi Kapoor, tuning in from Sri Venkateswara College, University of Delhi, here to explore the world where love meets money, while we, the bystanders, are left to grapple with the after effects. Let's dive into the economic aspect of celebrity weddings, a world where beneath the glamour, the cameras, the glitz, lies a pulsating economy driven by the principles of the common folk. It all started, as it almost always does, with Hollywood. We find one of the earliest major instances of celebrities capitalizing off their own weddings more than a decade ago, when Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries had their marriage ceremony televised, the funds from which were, as Kardashian would later proclaim, donated to charity. In 2014, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie would spearhead this trend by selling their wedding photos to Hello Magazine for $14 million. For context, that's roughly the value of one of the most expensive houses in New Delhi. Imagine clicking a bunch of photos and selling them to a magazine, earning enough from it to buy a bungalow. Mind-blowing. In today's world, this has taken a modern twist. We witness an emerging trend of celebrities selling streaming rights from their weddings to OTT giants. In Feb 2023, Kiara Advani and Sid Malhotra's wedding had fans hungry for a peek into the glamorous affair glued to their phones, grappling to stream the 1-hour-long footage that was sold to Prime Video, reportedly for 80 crore rupees. Because of exclusive ownership of such media by Prime, the couple weren't able to pose for paparazzis. This trend and its negative impacts on the economics surrounding the paparazzi industry, while an under-analyzed topic, is something that's expected to gain even more significance in the coming years. While we also can't pen down an exact estimate of revenue generated from the wedding footage, we get an idea of the same from the 18 million views received by the Wedding Factory on YouTube for releasing a 2-minute long teaser on the wedding. Let's talk about another source of revenue for celebrities: brand sponsorships. Priyanka Chopra and her bridal shower at Tiffany & Company Blue Box happened in LA. The affair was sponsored by it, also in the form of the 7 crore rupees worth of Tiffany jewelry worn by Chopra. Tiffany got its share of advertising not only through the media coverage of the event, but also by getting tagged in Chopra's Instagram post about the party. The role of social media in augmenting brands approaching celebs for endorsements is huge. Celebrities now simply need to post their photos on Instagram, thanking a brand for their flawless service. A simple hashtag name of the brand is added in the caption, and the wait for the hashtag bills to roll in from the views, the likes, the sponsorships begins. Admittedly, I've been fairly caustic about this phenomena so far, but at the end of the day, I too admit that we can't hold it against celebrities for grabbing the opportunity to cover the costs of their weddings through these avenues. More significantly, this has positive economic impacts in the form of growth in the wedding industry and creation of jobs. A study by ICICI Direct estimated that the Indian wedding industry, including affiliated segments like cards, mehendi, is valued at over 2 trillion rupees in 2022, which makes it the fastest growing segment of the year. Celebrity weddings evidently contribute considerably to the wedding industry. And my prognosis for the same is that it will only continue to grow because of the growing trend of celebrity ambassadors advertising brands in an increasingly competitive and saturated market. This has and will continue having a trickle-down effect as wedding planning, fashion, jewelry, catering, food industries, so on and so forth, experience a consequential boom. The tourism industry is also benefiting. Anushka Sharma and Virat Kohli had their destination wedding at a celebrity-endorsed historical site in Italy. And at that time, several articles were published on this wedding venue and Google searches on it shot up. Similarly, Pariniti Chopra and Raghav Chadda's destination wedding increased media coverage of the Leela Palace in Udaipur. Studies on royal weddings have shown definitive proof that they boost tourism in the country. Furthermore, companies that specialize in celebrity wedding planning have come up. Foodlink, for instance. They cater to the demands of high profile weddings and are expected to only grow, further contributing to the sector's economic expansion. Okay, so till now, we've talked about how celebrity weddings themselves directly boost the economy. We've talked about how super fans happen to follow these events so religiously that they'll be able to tell us, say, the color of the tablecloths, and how this leads to what we can call the entertainmentization of such events. But what we haven't explored yet is why this happens. Here, we briefly delve into something called parasocial relationships, one sided relationships between fans and their loved celebrity, facilitated by the fact that social media has made the latter increasingly accessible. Fans experience an illusion of intimacy when they get a sneak peek into celebs' lives, and this not only has an emotional or social impact that manifests in the fueling of fantasies and projection of fans' glamorous desires onto the weddings of their favorite star, but also economic impacts wherein fans emulate the consumption patterns of celebrities. Fans do feel like spending exorbitant amounts on their weddings, thereby contributing to the growth of the wedding and affiliated industries. However, there's an indirect negative impact too: loans. More than 60% of families in India borrow to cover their marriage costs. Why? Just because Prince Harry spent $70,000 on his wedding cake does not mean that the average Indian middle class person should do. But that's exactly what we're doing at this point. They implicitly, celebrity weddings implicitly but very effectively, tell fans that nothing short of the level of grandiose at their ceremony counts as true love and a true love story. And we, the common folk, go ahead and we buy it. Debt trap is especially common in rural areas, where many borrowers end up spending their entire lives as bonded laborers trying to pay this debt off. So, to recap, in this episode, we discussed the sale of exclusive media rights and endorsements during weddings as a major source of revenue for celebrities, along with the positive economic impact of such events on the local economy. We talked about also the impact of fans' consumption patterns fueled by parasocial relationships and ultimately the negative impact of such emulation, namely loans and debt. So, the next time another big wedding announcement makes the headlines, take a moment to think about the ripple effect that something as simple as a wedding ceremony would have on the media, the affiliated industries, the economy, but most significantly, most importantly, on us common folks' minds. And that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.